Welcome to Constantine. Let's walk ourselves through one of these colonial-era tunnels. Let's wander down these dodgy steps, see what kind of view we have further down here. Yes, this would be a perfect location for a restaurant, wouldn't it? Wow, okay. Concerning drop, but look at that.
See, the more you walk, the more you find.
So here we have the highest bridge in Constantine, built in 1912. And for a period, it was the highest bridge in the world. So that is a 170-meter drop down to the bottom of the gorge. Apparently this was overtaken in the 20s by an American bridge in Colorado somewhere. That's kind of terrifying. I guess we're going to walk across it now then. Walking across the bridge. Incredible views in both directions. Quite nice, it's one way as well, so only have to worry about getting hit by a car from behind me. Looking out this way, we can see a via ferrata. If you see the steps and the metal attachments and things, actually get down to it from a staircase over there. So that was built during colonial times as well. Does not seem to be in use anymore. A lot of it has now actually fallen into disrepair. You can see some collapsed sections there. Here we are at the monument, which towers over the rest of the city. You saw it earlier on, I filmed it as we were walking up. So this is a World War I monument to everyone who lost their lives in the Great War. We're going to go and check out some names in a second. And that's the goddess Nike on top. You can see some sections have been removed up on each bit.
The estimated number is like 15,000 people that died.
Wow.
Okay, you know that the French used to use the Algerians, put them in the front lines.
Yes, so we see a lot of names on display here. You see how some of the families were decimated. Look at the Zabib family. Huge number of men killed there. Apparently this was a Jewish family. So if we look, we can see the shadow of some removed emblems on each side. There's 4 of them. Turns out those were French insignia, but they also included the Star of David, and so the government removed them in order to protect the monument because they were concerned that extremists might destroy the entire monument because they had the Star of David on them. So yeah. We're now on the French bridge, which was built in the 40s, and down the side where we're going to go, you can see all the other bridges side by side next to them. So we've got a Ottoman bridge as well, all the way down to the Roman layer. This used to be the only entrance to Constantine, but not anymore, because we can see there's the other bridge. And look at this drop. We're now walking down to check out the base of that bridge. Here's the city view from here. And that's where we were. That's the bridge up there. So let's see how far down we have to go. That's a good view. So here we are under the bridge. French bridge, Ottoman bridge. We are stood on the remains of the Byzantine bridge, and then if we look over there, down at that section, Roman bridge. So there we go, 4 bridges all over the same span. And then there's that incredible river that splits Constantine in 2. We now stood on the Roman bridge. There it is. See some rather sketchy looking pathways all the way down to the water there. We'll not be trying that. And I think that's the park that we might wander up to. That's named after Sousse in Tunisia. And there we have some decoration on the Roman bridge. Look at that. Some sort of soldier on top, and then we got elephants. 2 elephants down below. We're now in front of the train station. Check it out. There's an advertising billboard in the way. Wait a second. There he is, Constantine himself, waiting for the train. Now we are looking out at it from the other side of town. So there's the French bridge, and then the Ottoman, Byzantine and Roman where we ended up, all stacked on top of each other. But this is pedestrians only, no cars, so that's nice. So apparently this thing bounces as you're walking on it. And there we are. Amazing views on this thing, and I can feel it bouncing, so that's interesting. And we are walking towards our lunchtime destination. What a superb location for a restaurant. Look at this place. That is looking out over the gorge. Turns out there's a lift at the end of that thing, but I've decided not to get in that, and instead we're going to walk up, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 stories. What a spot for lunch. This restaurant is owned by a family from the south, so they are Amazigh, and we can see some Amazigh symbols there on the pot. It's a very, very popular spot to eat because of the views you've got out on the balcony. Here we are checking out the market. Check out that dress. 34,000, solid month's salary on that. Beautiful. And look at all of these. All made here in Constantine. Right, now we're checking out the men's market. As you see, the products on offer have changed quite significantly now. All men's stuff. So here we've got a collapsed Ottoman era set housing in the more isolated, older part of the city. Look at this. Now we are down in the gorge. You can see the via ferrata there that's fallen apart. I was stood up there earlier on today looking out, and then we walked across that bridge and we headed all the way up to the monument that's up there. So we are significantly lower down now.